Greetings. As the coronavirus, the COVID-19 virus, continues to spread, and our news and inboxes and conversations are full of rumors and facts and speculations and predictions, we are in a new coronavirus era, and we all come into this era with different needs, different immune systems, different levels of risk, different comfort levels with risk. And so I wanted to bring some thoughts and invitations about our shared life together as the people of Princeton United Methodist Church. And to start, I want to review those CDC recommendations that you're seeing all over the place, but that are very, very important for all of us. And the first most important thing is to just keep washing your hands thoroughly, regularly, well, vigorously with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. And I invite you, as you do this regular hand washing ritual, to say the Lord's Prayer as you do it. It takes about 20 to 30 seconds to say the Lord's Prayer. And what would it be for us to turn that hand washing ritual into a time of prayer and devotion? Use clean towels as you wash your hands. Dry your hands thoroughly. If you don't have access to soap and water, of course, there's a hand sanitizer. Try to refrain from touching your face, especially your eyes, your mouth, your nose. If you need to cough or sneeze, do it into a tissue in the crook of your elbow. Throw those tissues away quickly. And most importantly, stay home if you're sick. And if you are feeling worse, seek medical care. And the more you can care for yourself, you're caring for others at the very same time. Take care of yourself and do what you need to do. Around the church, we are making sure that our hand sanitizer dispensers are full. We're getting some extra freestanding pumps, especially at the entrances. We've put small bottles of hand sanitizer in the pews for you to use as needed during worship. Remember that we Facebook Live, we live stream our worship services, so you can tune in to all of it should you choose to stay home. We want you to do what you need to do, and we're also trying to continue to give you access to what we are doing in our life together. Remember, too, that if you are feeling well enough but still need to stay home, there are ways that you can participate in group meetings, ministry team meetings through Zoom or phone calls. Talk with your group leader, your ministry team chair, about setting those things up. We are going to continue to make communion, do our best to make communion practices safe for people with individual cups throughout the flu season and this coronavirus era, and do the very best we can to put precautions in for those who continue precautions for those who touch the bread. Starting this Sunday, we're going to be changing the way we do the passing of the peace, again, at least for this season that we are in now. Passing the peace is where we have the most physical contact in our worship services. So we're going to be trying some things that invite us to share signs of love and peace without that. We're going to make this into a creative experience. We may be inviting you to do things that aren't your favorite way to do the passing of the peace, but we are all in this together, and perhaps you'll even come up with some creative ways, ideas to share with us. You can talk to me or Teresa Kahn, our worship chairperson. So follow along as we try out some new things. We know that you may need to opt out of some things that you normally wouldn't opt out of for your own health and safety or that of others. We trust you and your judgment. We know that, again, everybody has different needs and different levels of risk. So if you do opt out, we trust that you will continue to be involved and connected to our community as much as possible, especially through Facebook Live and Zoom and phone calls and emails and these different ways that we have through the gift of technology. We're going to continue to worship on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m., at noon on Tuesdays, and through Holy Week. I want to remind us, too, that just a week ago, we entered into the season of Lent. We had Ash Wednesday, and people were lining up in worship, and we put the sign of the cross on people's foreheads with ash. And when that happened, we said to each person, looked them in the eye and said, remember that it is from dust that you have come, and to dust you shall return. this season of Lent, as we prepare for Easter, for resurrection and new life that is coming, that will come, that is promised to us. During the season of Lent, before that, we remember our mortality, that we are vulnerable, impermanent beings, that life is full of fragility and uncertainty, and there really is illness, and there really is death, and that we are called to live awake to and aware of these realities and live joyfully and fully, attending to one another and to the tasks that God is giving to each of us each day. We are called to be tuned into these realities and move through whatever fear and anxiety they bring up in us in such a way that we don't deny that fear and anxiety, but we also don't let that fear and anxiety run the show. One of the gifts of tuning into these realities, is my friend Roger Owens reminded me this week, is that when we are tuned into our mortality and the reality of God's presence in every circumstance, we can be freed from both catastrophizing and magical thinking. Things are not as bad as our imaginations may make us think they are, or other people's imaginations may think they are. And there is no perfect cure or regimen that will protect all of us from all the things that are bad out there. And so, freed from catastrophizing and magical thinking, we are free and to live fully in the present moment to which we are called. And for some of us, that means patiently quarantining, taking care of ourselves and others. For others of us, it will invite us to move in closer to those who are ill, caring for them, who are most ill, caring for them, and bringing comfort, relief, and hope. And for others of us, it will mean little change day to day. And at some point, we may be told we have to quarantine, that public places may be closed, or many of them may be so. And when that happens, we will deal with that. But for me, for right now, I am not ready to remove human touch from my world, because I believe that human touch is just as healing and essential for our collective life together as good hand washing and hygiene is. But I'm also going to be tuned in to the needs of those around me. For those who I come in contact with, taking my cues of how I greet them and whether I touch your hand or give you that hug before I do it. And I invite you to be in that kind of space too, taking your cues from one another. We're going to continue to share table fellowship together, Holy Communion and Lenten lunches and coffee hour, and have our meetings together. And we're going to continue to listen to God's invitations for us, continuing to love God and love each other well. And as we do that, that is what will continue to help us be the beloved community of Princeton United Methodist Church. And that is what will help us deal with and weather this scare and anything else that will come next. Go in peace, and I hope to see you very soon.